Today we're doing the review and site setup guide for the Swift Challenger 580 SE. Now, this being the SE version, it's the upgraded version, so we've got extra external 230 volt socket, extra external barbecue point, extra underbed storage, so we've got under front seating storage and underbed storage. Front we've set up with the propane, so it's reverse thread, and we've got this on a hand wheel, so no need for a spanner. So it's literally reverse thread and then turn the bottle on. It's fitted on the Alco chassis with 13 pin electrics. It's got the Alco ATC and the Alco stabilised hitch. It's also got the Aldi central heating, so we've got the flue for the central heating and then our water connection. We've got the pistol grip, which literally just plushes straight in. Just make sure that the little blue catch is clips in underneath. Battery compartment, we've got an external aerial point, so we can connect up on site. And then our mains 230 just pushes. Our mains through 230 just pushes straight in. All of our wastewater comes to the two outlets just on the offside, just behind the wheel, and then at the back we've got our cassette toilet. So we've got our flush water in the top one with pink chemical, and then our actual cassette is at the bottom. We just lift up the handle and that pulls out. There. We walk in just above the door, we've got our control panel. We've got our main power on and off. We then get displayed whether we've got our 230 volt connected in, so this will always tell us whether we've got the power connected. We've got our indicator just to say that we've either got a leisure battery on or we've got our charger on. We can then press our leisure battery and that will tell us what voltage that we've got coming through. We're on the charge unit at the moment, so we've got 13.5 volts roughly coming through. We can also press the view levels, and if we've got the car connected we'd have the same on the opposite side. Before we put our water pump on, there's a couple of things that we need to do. Firstly, we just need to make sure all of our taps are in the closed position. And then underneath this front seat, we've got our drain off valve, which is more for the winter and when you're not going to use the Caravan. And the yellow tab there, that will drain the system down. So if we were draining the Caravan, we'd pop this into the upright position and that would drain the water system off. And just make sure then when we come back in, it's in the flat position as we are now and we're ready to use. While we're under this seat, we've also got our main control panel. So we've got our 12 volt system shutdown. We've got our fuses for all of our 12 volt. We've then got a little display on here that tells us what all of our fuses are for. And then over on the other side, we've got our charger on and off, our heating and hot water, so that supplies the power to our Aldi central heating system, so that must be on for our Aldi to work. And then we've got a spare, and then just over here we've then got all of our little trip switches. So once we've made sure all of our system is ready to use, we can then put our water pump on and start getting the water through the system. Literally pop our tap on and that will start to draw the water through the Caravan system. Now, if you've just emptied the system, or you've had the system empty, it's going to take a good 5 or 10 minutes of coughing and spluttering just to get the water through, as we have now. Once we've got a nice constant flow of water, and we've done that on our bathroom taps, our shower, and we've got all the air out of the system and the water through, we can then go ahead and put our water heater on. Before we do that, we're going to run our gas through the system. Again, if we've just come to the Caravan or we've swapped a gas bottle, the easiest way to get all the air out of the system again on the gas side is with our hob. And again, we just light these up as normal. And again, may take a couple of goes just to get all the air out of the system. And the nice thing with the hob is that we can physically see that these have lit up. and that we've got all the gas through and all of the air out of the system. We have also got the electric ring, so again that will then warm up with our first control dial. Now we must make sure that when we've finished these are turned off, because that gets extremely hot, and then we need to just make sure our other gas rings have cooled down before we put our glass lid down. And again, all of our dials are in the off position before we do that. Our grill, again exactly the same. And then we've got our oven just at the bottom. When we come to all of our other systems then, if we're going to use it on the gas, they'll all light up a little bit quicker and easier. If we go on to our Aldi central heating system, we've then got the main on and off button, our menu button that will then come through to our controls. We can then set our internal temperature as we want that inside. We've then got our hot water. Now our first selection halfway up, that's our normal hot water, so that's how we'd run the system if we want heating and hot water. We have got a boost, so if we take that right to the maximum, that will boost the hot water for about 30 minutes. That will take out the heating, so that when we've got the boost on, the heating system won't work. So after about 30 minutes it will revert back to its normal setting, and then the heating will kick back in again. That's handy if you've just come into the caravan and you want to have a shower straight away. Instead of waiting, you can put that boost on and it will warm the water a lot quicker. We've then got our power selection, so at the moment we've got electric off, and then we can select either 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt or 3 kilowatt, again depending on what the site power that we've got. And then if we're using the gas, we just hit our flame and that will run on the gas system. If we want everything off, again it's just make sure all of our selections are off and then hit the power button. On our fridge, again we've got a main on and off button on the side. We've then got our 230, our plug symbol. We can then alter the temperature of our fridge, and again if we wanted to pop it onto the gas, we pop our flame. We should hear a ticking and then that should light up on the gas. Again, if we're using the gas and we've got all of it through on our hob system, it should all light up a lot quicker. Exactly the same then, we can use our temperature dial to set the temperature of what we'd want. If we are set up on the 13 pins and we wanted to cool the fridge when we're towing, we can pop it onto our battery. Once the engine's running, that will keep the fridge cool if you've got all 13 pins wired on the car. To turn everything back off, again it's just the main off button and that will then turn everything all back off again. We've got the microwave. Now we've got our main off on and off button in the middle, and again we can adjust the settings. We've got the stop button and then we've got our different times, our different settings. What I would say is that with this, just always make sure that the microwave plate is removed before travelling. So what I'm going to do is I'll pop that underneath of the cushion there now, so that's not going to come and cause any damage as you're travelling. All of our lights around the caravan, we've got individual switches and light switches dotted around. How does that little top light come on? We've got our little spotlights that have got individual switches on. And then we've also got some light switches just here, which we'll put our above cabinet lights on also around the bedroom. This being the Challenger SE, it has also got the extractor fan fitted in the roof. So to open up our roof light, we use our dial at the side, and then we've either got on with extract out, and we can adjust the speed of the fan. We have also got the option to blow cool air in, which is just let the fan finish. We'll stop and then back the opposite way, and that will now blow the cool air back into the Caravan. Again, once we've finished, we've got our on and off button, we can turn that back off. And again, just always make sure that this top roof vent is fully closed down before we go and travel. Moving on, we've got the nice big washroom at the back. Now again, we've got the little pin that stops the door from moving, so definitely when you're travelling you want to just pin this door back so it's not going to cause any damage. We've got our light switches for the bathroom just tucked away here, and then we've got our cassette toilet. Again, this swivels so we can put this to where we want. We've got our flush button, so that puts our flush water through, and then to open everything up and let it all through, we've got the little grey handle, and that just opens up and everything then goes through. We've got the Aldi central heated towel rail in the bathroom there, and again, nice big separate shower and toilet. Hopefully you've enjoyed the little tour around and the review and the setup guide for the Swift Challenger SE 580. If you do get stuck with anything, just let us know, give us a call or send us an email, and again we'll be glad to help. Thanks, I'm Mark at the Caravan Place.